I'm photographing.
What are you photographing?
Anything I can see.
Anything you can see? What, like?
Like anything I can see.
Shouldn't really be filming.
Why is it unlawful?
Well, we have to be careful who's filming what.
Is it unlawful?
It's not unlawful.
Okay.
But you know.
Hello.
Hi there, you okay?
Good, thank you. Is there a particular reason why you're filming the front of the police station,
Yeah,
sir?
there's a reason for everything that we do, isn't there?
Okay,
Do you want to explain as to why you're doing that?
No, I don't want to actually.
okay. You're not obliged to. Obviously, you'll appreciate that in these...
This day and
In
age.
2019, there are people that would want to cause the police harm in both this country and especially in Northern Ireland and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you understand why it is that we're speaking to you, don't you, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Do you plan on staying long to...
Clip 1. The scene opens outside a police station where officers notice a man calmly filming the building. Their tone is polite but cautious as they ask if there's any particular reason for recording. The man responds vaguely, saying there's a reason for everything, but he chooses not to explain. From the start, the exchange sets up a quiet tension between curiosity and personal rights.
film the front of the gates?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Do you have an issue that you want to report to us?
No, not at all.
No? Okay. Right. I assume you're filming myself now.
I am. I assume you're filming.
As
me.
I am doing
Okay, good.
yourself, alright.
Can you make sure you don't delete that, please?
It won't be deleted, no, I can, well, it will be kept on record it will be kept archived for a certain amount of time, and then it gets automatically deleted from the system unless it applies to a certain group, whether if it's required for evidence or anything like that. So it won't be kept indefinitely unless I feel it's necessary to do so. Is there a reason why you won't explain to us why you're filming
Well,
the front of
I
the
don't
police
have
station?
to. I don't
I
feel
realise
like...
that you don't have to, but
Yeah.
is there a reason? Do you have a dislike of the police, or are you just being
No,
awkward?
not at all. No.
Because normal rational people, don't get me wrong, normal rational people usually got an explanation for doing things like this.
The officers explain that while he isn't obligated to give details, they're mindful of security risks in modern times. With concerns about potential threats, they stress that speaking with him is simply a precaution. The man listens but remains reserved, confirming he plans to continue filming without reporting any issue.
Okay. When you've just said I've been awkward, is that because I'm just invoking my right to not explain what I'm doing? Because it's a little bit odd, that, isn't it?
Well, it's not normal behaviour, if you forgive me for having that opinion, for people to film the front of police stations.
Okay.
And then when a polite request is made as to why that is, because there might be a perfectly reasonable explanation, it's not normal for people to be so defensive.
You're causing the infrequency of photographers by coming man-handed to somebody who's just taking pictures.
Coming
Mob-handed.
mob-handed.
Yeah.
Right, there's two of us in one car,
Yeah,
and there's two of us in one van.
Okay.
And we're outside a police station.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
not uncommon to see police officers coming out to a police station. And as I say, I explained my reason for coming to speak to you, why I've taken a particular interest.
Okay. Because you think I may be a terrorist.
As cameras remain pointed at each other, both sides acknowledge they are recording the interaction. The officer assures him the footage will be stored according to policy, while the man reiterates that he has no obligation to justify his actions. The conversation becomes less about filming and more about principles.
Well, I don't know, do I?
Okay.
Terrorists coming over?
No, but we go on what we do know, don't we? We don't go on what we don't know.
Well, we try, yeah, as much as possible, but I
Just
won't
get them back
know.
up.
I won't know until I come and speak to you, and that's why we're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd agree that it would be completely amiss of me if I was just to drive on and ignore you.
No,
As
not
you're
at all, because you get
suggesting
quite a
that
lot of police
we
forces
might
that do now.
Well,
So
I
that
certainly-
disparity is a little bit anomalistic, isn't it? I mean, why is that?
I can't speak for
'Cause-
other police forces or other police stations.
All of the police officers,
Yeah,
like my colleague said, he has a particular role at Wigan Police Station.
yeah.
I would always be concerned, it might be innocent, but I would always be concerned if I saw somebody filming from the police station for reasons that my colleagues already explained.
Yeah.
Obviously we've got a genuine terrorism threat and a genuine terrorism threat towards police officers and police stations.
Oh,
And that's why we're speaking to you, so no other reason.
I understand. More civilians are killed than police officers.
Pardon me?
More civilians are killed than police officers, aren't they, in terrorists?
One officer notes that filming a police station isn't typical behavior and asks whether the man has any negative feelings toward police. The man denies this, arguing he's simply exercising his right not to explain himself. The dialogue begins to highlight a clash between perception and personal freedom.
Yeah, but
In fact, you're more of a danger to me than a terrorist is. You kill more civilians than the terrorists doing this,
I mean,
don't you?
that's your opinion and your entitlement.
No, that's a stat.
Right, okay.
Well, we're not going to enter into a debate about
Okay.
the number of people killed by police officers across
That's
the
okay.
world. We are not here for that. We're just here to see if you to find out what it is you're doing. I'm quite happy to see that you're obviously not doing anything particularly wrong at the moment, but you've obviously filmed in the front of the police station. I assume you've just got equipment in your rucksack. Would you mind showing me what's inside your rucksack?
Yeah, I would mind, yeah.
Okay. And if I was to explain to you that I might feel that you're here as an act of hostile reconnaissance and tell you that I would search inside your rucksack under the Terrorism Act, would you get upset about that?
Well, I just asked you to explain how you have got from suspicion.
The officers clarify they approached him because ignoring the situation would be irresponsible. They mention the broader context of terrorism threats and the duty to investigate anything unusual. The man counters by suggesting many police forces would simply ignore such activity, questioning the inconsistency.
To reasonable suspicion to the fact that it might be a terrorist. I'd like you to outline all that.
I don't know at the moment.
What are we talking here? Section 43? Are you?
Section 43 is a paragraph of the Terrorism Act,
All right.
to search persons, yeah.
Okay, well, if you think you've attained the level that Section 43 requires, then go for it, because I won't offer you any resistance, but I'll be looking forward to a nice payout from you.
You're obviously quite averse to this scenario. I suspect that you've probably done this elsewhere, haven't you?
Well, I know the type of things that police try to say in these situations. They try to throw Section 44 at you that doesn't exist anymore, so I think that they're not okay with it. If you're anti-terror police, then you know all about it.
I'm not against terrorism police officer now.
Okay.
I'm the single point of contact for the Wigan division.
Okay.
So I take an interest in these things, and I act as a go-between our prevent officer.
Security concerns deepen as an officer explains they must consider the possibility of hostile reconnaissance. When asked about the contents of his bag, the man refuses to answer. The mention of potential searches under anti-terror laws raises the stakes, though he calmly says he would not resist.
So let's go back to Section 43 then, that you're going to search in my bag for.
I'm not saying I have gone to, but I'm considering it.
Right.
For all I know, it could be a plan from GMP to make sure that we're actually stopping and speaking to people outside filming in front of a police station.
Or it could be a plant from ACPO that sent out a reminder to you to say, don't bother photographers, because photography on its own is not suspicious activity.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've got to take the whole circumstances of, haven't we, the whole situation. It's not just photography, it's the fact that it's photography in front of the police station. And we've got to make a decision, which we make as a police officer individually, as to why that is happening.
Yeah.
Based on the information that we're providing and the conversations that we had with yourself, we've then got to make a decision based on, are we happy with the explanation that we're being given, and are we satisfied that this is not potentially any form of hostile reconnaissance?
The discussion turns to legal thresholds, with the man challenging whether reasonable suspicion actually exists. He confidently references legal sections and implies he understands the process well. The officer, meanwhile, says he is only considering options, not making a final decision.
So how would you separate it from passive reconnaissance then? Because I'm allowed to do reconnaissance here, you know that, don't you?
Well, I mean, the issue that we've got is that we've got
you know that. You know I'm allowed to do reconnaissance here, don't you?
We've got to satisfy ourselves that we don't think this is hostile reconnaissance.
Right. But you know I'm allowed to do reconnaissance here, don't you?
There's nothing. You're in a public place. There's nothing preventing you from filming.
So I don't think you're going to be searching my bag. I think we're all going to move on now, aren't we?
I don't think so, because in my judgment, you're possibly. I mean, we've got the Wigan diggers in town, and I'm happy to leave you here.
But you can totally
I think he understands.
You can totally
He
understand kind of why we would
because I
talk to you
think-
though, can't
Because
we?
I think
You know,
it's a
No, I can't.
it's
Right,
probably a
okay.
regular occurrence.
Okay. Well, I mean, ultimately, you know, that's why we're speaking to you.
Yeah.
We've got to be concerned about the safety of ourselves. We're not going to stop people who are walking past. It's a public place, okay?
Okay.
And as we've already explained to you, yeah, you can film in a public place. There's no issue with that.
Yeah.
Both sides debate the difference between harmless filming and suspicious surveillance. The officer explains that context matters, while the man insists photography alone is not suspicious. Gradually, the officer's tone softens as it becomes clear no immediate threat is present.
What I'm suggesting
we're
is-
going to speak to you
Right.
because you stood in front of the police station filming it. So we're just going to ask you, are you all right? Is there anything we can help
Yeah.
you with? And you know, what is the purpose of your visit? Because we've just got to satisfy ourselves that it is nothing that's going to potentially be hostile reconnaissance. Well, as my colleague said, we've spoke to you. We're satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Okay. But surely, common sense, you've got to understand our concern when someone stood filming in front of the police station, given the terrorism risk to the
No.
police at the moment. I or my colleagues can't account for whatever's gone on before. Someone else might have stood it and might have been doing that, okay? Somebody else might have gone past with a camera that we couldn't see. We're not going to know about it, are we? But if somebody's quite blatantly stood there with a camera, which within your rights to do, we're going to speak to somebody who's doing that due to the terrorism threat that we've got at the moment towards police officers and the police. We're going to do it. Whether you agree with it or not, we're going to do it. Okay?
Eventually, the officers acknowledge that filming in a public place is lawful. Their main objective, they explain, is simply to ensure there is no risk. With questions largely answered through observation, the situation begins to de-escalate.
If someone's watching us or filming us with a covert camera, we don't know about it, we can't
Yeah.
speak to them. But if we get a reporting to say that there's somebody outside the police station with a covert camera, we will come and look for them and we will speak to anybody who matches that description like we are doing now. Okay. Happy?
Yeah, I don't think he's got any harmful intention.
I think it's time to go and solve some crime, guys.
We were on our way
And
out.
girls.
Yeah,
We were.
We stopped.
Yeah.
I think the only thing we disagree on is the fact that, you know,
It's like a dog with a bone, isn't he?
but you know, we're happy, so we'll leave you be with it.
The conversation shifts to broader reasoning, with officers emphasizing their duty to respond to reports and visible activity. They explain that if someone is clearly filming a sensitive location, they will always approach to check intentions. It's portrayed as routine policing rather than confrontation.